before going any further, I wanted to share with you a video about my diagnosis, what symptoms I previously experienced, and of course, my journey through chemotherapy and recovery process, including what I did and keep on doing to overcome my side effects and to improve my both physical and emotional health. But this time I felt inspired to share with you some of my main habits that lead me to constant happiness, or at least what I do to try to keep it alive. So, to begin with, what is an habit? So, an habit can be defined as a constructive activity that must be constant, which means that you must practice regularly, such as the way you practice a sport, for example. And this improves with time. So the actions that I will mention, I practice them both consciously, and with discipline, which these are the two, I believe, key factors to see whether this action will be effective in the long run. So let's begin. Number one is shopping only provides short-term joy, but not a genuine joy. It's like a smoky feeling. I, of course, enjoy shopping. I'm pretty sure you also enjoy shopping. But we must keep in mind that happiness comes from doing over having. One of my favorite quotes is that I heard in the past is whoever does not deserve to live. So to keep this in practice, what I try to do, and I do, is either things that are needed rather than I like, such as volunteering in my local city or where I live. Number two is keep a strong mind against criticism. I know it is inevitable getting hurt, but we have to focus on keep on going. And by doing this, with the time, one gets mature enough not only to overcome criticism, but also sees as a constructive one for self-growth. The number three is fear of success anxiety, and if the ship sinks, you learn how to swim. So overcome the fear to start something new, like a new project or improve in a skill that you always wanted to do. And this might, of course, require time and probably some money investment. But if you doubt about it, then go for it. And trust me, in the path, the right resources, information, and people will find its way to you to achieve, or that will lead you to achieve those set goals. And do not wait for the perfect time. There is, of course, a prudent time to start your stuff, but avoid procrastination. So the number four is actually linked to this previous one, and is the right time is an illusion. So make the best out of your present, and again, if the boat sinks, you swim. The fifth point is avoid worriness about the future. Make plans with short-term goals and visualize them and do something about it. What is in your hands. But the how or when those goals will happen, hand control to God or to the universe. And as I mentioned in my previous video, do the possible and let God do the impossible. So the sixth point is avoid comparing yourself. Remember that people post and show their achievements over their failures, and it is all based at the end in your perception of what others are achieving and you don't. At the end, you don't know the sorrows of others. So break this fantasy and stop comparing to other people's lives. The number 7, and this point I mentioned in my previous video, is being grateful. As I mentioned and I posted in this channel, last year I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Despite having a huge tumor of 4 centimeters diameter, which grew from January to April last year, and it was an early diagnosis, I'm aware that this is not over and that I might probably have won the battle but not the war. Yet, I'm genuinely grateful to my body and particularly to my breast that sacrificed itself to save me. In addition to, of course, to my beloved ones who are still there for me. So being grateful, especially in hard times, is proven to lead to happiness. The number 8 is listen to your instincts and do not live a life that it doesn't feel right to you. I recently broke up with my 10-year relationship, and this is due to expectations and belief I was attached myself to this relationship, and because of that I silenced myself. So always listen to your instincts. The number 9 is try something new and go for it. Since I moved back in 2019 here in Germany, because I originally moved here in 2009. But since 2019, frustration took all over me because no company or business organization was taking me. I have achieved a PhD in water chemistry in the field of environmental science, and I felt that all these years of effort were not paying back. Changing from academia to commercial sector is hard if you don't have neither the experience nor the connections. But I did my research where I live about the market or job offers, and I start learning and improving in the world, for example, of data science. And now it's paying back. I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm convinced I'm in the right path. Besides, I really enjoy working with data. So if you really like something and an activity and it feels right and it brings you positive things to you, trust me and trust yourself. You're in the right path. I've decided to start, for example, a YouTube channel, and I have a way best to improve. So try anything such as cooking, learning a new language, anything that brings you not only joy, but also that makes you feel productive. And why not also a profitable activity, which at the end, I believe, leads you to happiness. The number 10 is surrounding. What and who surrounds you matters, because it is inevitable not become part of it. And this is critical. We as beings of light are heavily part of our environment. So we have to analyze what people surround us. What people are you surround, and what information is influencing you. So surround yourself with people and things that add value to you rather than deplete you. Because if your surrounding is taking your joy and peace of mind, let it go. So the 11th point is accept your present. We have to accept our reality while working in our ideality. There is no need to reject really our reality. For instance, me going through kind of a divorce while having a lack of a proper job, my diagnosis with breast cancer, and not having my family around to support me. Well, that kind of did not actually stop me to keep on battling for my ideals. But this require, as I mentioned previously, discipline and humbleness at some extent to ask for help. So if you really need to ask for help, do it. Number 12 is being patient. And this is something I really struggle with. Because being impatient for your goals won't let you enjoy and taste your present. Really, and taste your present. And therefore to feel happiness. So what I do is working on accepting my present, my reality, but working for my ideals and placing my heart in the present, in my present. Because really, results at the end will be shown. The number 13 is remove any kind of labels. Because the moment you label yourself, people will label you. Sorry, people will also put labels on you. The number 14 is live and feel emotions, but do not let them define you. Today, for example, I can be disturbed for a moment due to a particular situation, but it doesn't define who I am. And also do not let an emotion rule yourself for long term, especially negative ones, at the point to ruin your present and poison your soul. The last point is past in the trash. The answer of your happiness is not found neither in your past nor in your future, only in your present. The past only leaves you with great lessons, so take those that will serve you to live today and move forward. So from these 15 habits, I assume choose the one you feel you need to work the most and focus on them. For self-growth, you must be honest and recognize in which areas of opportunity you need to work the most to discover your personal attributes and eventually allow to be happy with yourself and with others.